But the Americans weren't the first to try and cut through Central America. When the French tried to build the canal, there were at least 20,000 people who died. They're saying there are estimates that go as high as 40 or 45,000 people dead. So the French failed and the Americans came in and succeeded. But actually, if you look at all these pictures, the blood and sweat that went into actually building the canal was cheap labour, black labour, mostly from the West Indies. There's one white guy directing operations. Panama was also home to a US base called the School of the Americas. To many, the school was no more than a breeding ground for military dictators and right-wing death squads. Manuel Noriega was one of many infamous graduates from the school, which is now a five-star hotel. This is where they took classes?
Yes. Major, captain, lieutenant, the first lieutenant, and second lieutenant. He lived here.
How many American soldiers? Thousands.
Thousands and thousands. It's a chain, all the chain.
Fidel was trained here in the 1980s and later became one of Noriega's bodyguards. Documents declassified in 1997 prove that training programs here advocated execution, torture and extortion. This is for the ordinary soldier, not the officer?
No, not the officer.
Military school, Captain General, Gerardo Barros.
Yeah, this is Ecuador.
No, El Salvador.
Ecuador. Salvador, yes, Salvador. El Salvador, yes.
So this was the mess room for the El Salvador military, and either side of their emblem, they've got a big soldier with muscles like Rambo, a hand grenade, a knife, and a huge baseball bat over his shoulder with spikes stuck through the end either side. Apparently, one of the American trainers here later said that the El Salvador soldiers were among the worst, and it was difficult to persuade them not to cut off people's ears when they were interrogating them.
Training for the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the different.
Every day.
Every day, every day. My company said, "Oh no, good. I like sleeping."
I asked Fidel if it was true that this was a school for murderers and torturers.
Long year and you work for it. All the people say, military not good, man. Why no? Why no? I asking why no? Say me why no? Shit. Nothing speaking. Only say military no is good. Why no?
Fidel's belief was that the school alone didn't turn people into monsters. And he was living proof of this.
Mono, monkey, here.
You can see him.
The monkey here. I eat a monkey in my school and the supervisor in the jungle.
Yeah?
Yes.
Nice. But Panama's most famous resident didn't have such a clean record. Noriega had been passing secrets to the CIA since he was a teenager and was trafficking drugs at least as early as 1971. Big. Yeah, still there, Noriega, the tiles. Nobody looted the tiles or smashed the tiles? No. It's been smashed a little bit. People have tried to take the tiles off, but... Look. See this? The tiles were made in Bogota, Colombia. Yeah, big padlock. Apart from the bird cages and the plaque with his name on, there's no sign of him at all. The Americans invaded Panama on December the 20th, 1989, and no one is quite sure why. But the canal was due to come under Panamanian control in just 11 days' time, and Noriega couldn't be trusted with such power. So all of the area inside the fence here was Noriega's base?
Y afuera, hasta allá, toda esa casa.
All those houses.
All the houses here?
Sí, todo eso.
Over 10,000 people lost their homes during the invasion of Panama, and all for the capture of one man, whose worst crimes were committed when he was a loyal US ally.
Normally when they see somebody...
We soon found ourselves surrounded by a number of heavily armed policemen.
They were different. There were different kinds of police from...
Right, the police are corrupt now.
That's what she said, yes.
But back in Noriega's day, they were not corrupt. Okay, so the policemen have just come up to us. The policemen who they say are now corrupt and didn't used to be corrupt in Noriega's day. They said to us we should be very careful because someone's going to nick our camera. Oh, there's two more there. We thought we were being followed and apparently we were being protected. Okay.
Los gringos no iban a hacer la casa, ¿sí? Pero entonces llegó el presidente Endara y no quiso que los gringos hicieran la casa, para venir a a hacer esa porquería uno.
They owe me by people, by Chorillo, they have to pay.
They promised to pay? Back then they promised?
They get the money and spend the money.
Endara?
Endara.
President Endara
Yeah.
took the money and spent it somewhere else?
Yes.
So yeah, he's saying what everyone else has said so far, which is the Americans did give compensation for all the damage done here, for all the houses that were burnt down somehow, but that the president who the United States put in power on the day of the invasion kept the money for himself. Although these concrete houses have all been built since the invasion, but they're saying that their housing was much better than this before the invasion. But most Panamanians were feeling optimistic. We were a few days away from presidential elections, and everyone was being promised new jobs, new houses, and new hope. Where will he speak? Martin, is he there or there?
It's over here.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Your man, Martin, is the favourite?
Yes.
He's in #1 position?
It's number 1.
And what will happen when he wins? You'll have a new job?
Yes, why
New
not?
position?
Yes, why not? Yes. It's number 1.
But for now, people have to keep earning money any way they can. For many, that means that the only legitimate way out of poverty is to take a gamble on something like boxing, where only a tiny few are likely to succeed.